Hello. Sorry, I'm just jamming out here. Welcome back. GT&H, we're back. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it last episode, but I wasn't able to stream a second time that week because I had to get into work. It was a whole bunch of stuff going on, and I had to deal with it, so I wasn't able to stream last time. I apologize, but we're back. Um, what we did last time was set up the Nakodov fuel refinery. We just put the machine down. I don't actually have any automation to this at all, but we got it down. And then a couple of other machines over here to help out. Now, we did make some interesting discoveries last episode, and that has to do with sharing recipes in a multi-block. I don't think I have a good example here, but I was testing it some more in single player, and it does work. So what I'm trying to say is that's it. I don't know why this happens. You work, shush. Anyways, what am I trying to say? Let's say this stocking input bus has multiple items, right? Like charcoal, we can fluid extract this to get um, wood tar. And then let's say I had something else I want to fluid extract. But if we, I think with how these multi-blocks used to work, it might have changed in 2.7, but if it does one recipe, it'll keep doing it until it like runs out of resources. And if it runs out of space to craft, it'll also stop, of course. But we found out last episode that if we filter output buses, it'll actually move on to the next item that it has a space for in the output. I guess it's better for me to show you what I'm talking about, but that's a pretty good discovery for us because it's going to let me condense a lot of machines. A lot of the single block setups we have, like, for example, this fluid extractor over here that gets neutronium nuggets, we can combine this with another fluid extractor that does something else. And I know we have a couple of them. Let me see if I can find them wherever they are. I think there's one over here. Not that. That's an extruder. But anyways, yeah, it lets me combine multiple things so that I don't actually have to do one multi-block per passive component. I can just make one big multi-block and then just filter the outputs. I think over here is another one. Yeah, okay, so for example, these two, I have them separate so that they do plutonium 239 by itself, and this one is Nakoda, molten Nakoda by itself. But as long as I filter the outputs, we should be able to combine everything just fine. And the multi-blocks should be smart enough to change recipes if their output is filled. I think that's a 2.7 thing because I don't remember that being possible before. So, how am I going to deal with this? How am I going to use this information, first of all? I think I have it crafted. Yeah, I do. Okay. We're making a mega blast furnace and a mega vacuum freezer. And these two are going to be used to passive all the things we need a blast furnace for. Because what I'm doing for passiving blast furnace stuff, I'm using our on-demand one. And I have this weird little setup back here. Yeah, like this guy here. It's using too many channels than it probably needs, and I don't like using level emitters. So the idea here is that it tries to export the dust required to get this, and then just shuts off the signal when we actually have enough. For example, we do have enough quadria, right? So it's gonna stay there until we run less than 1024. But I don't like doing it like this, so I'm gonna have its own blast furnace for passiving, and also put the vacuum freezer right next to it. It's gonna be a big thing, but it's also like a future-proof sort of thing. Like if I have these guys there, I can set them up later on to help out. That's pretty much the plan for today. We're gonna set up a bunch of multi-blocks to help me out. Passive some of the things required. Again, the main goal we're trying to get is the Mark III. Yeah, Mark III Naquadol fuel. And there's a whole bunch of stuff we need to passive. And also learning about that is gonna really help me make high density uranium stuff, because this needs an electric implosion compressor. I was already like thinking about it. Oh, I'm gonna have to make more than one, right? Because there's one recipe over here, there's one recipe there, there's another recipe here, and there's 4 recipes, and I don't want to make one for each. But if we can filter the outputs, we should be good. So let's set up a vacuum freezer and a mega blast furnace. I'm pretty sure I have the casings for this. I forgot to craft it. I have everything else, just not the casings. I didn't pay attention to that. I'm gonna make 500 of you, and then the frostproof machine casing. There's a whole ton of them that you need. 1,200, sure. That shouldn't take too long. It's this stuff uses like cheap materials, right? Yeah, I'm excited for this because it's gonna be a big upgrade. And also, I did another thing off camera. Let me pick those guys back up. I did something pretty big off camera. 100 auto taping maintenance hatches, because we all know how much I need this. I can start by replacing these guys right there. Yeah, these guys are gonna help me out so much. Sweet. Yeah, okay. Put them back for now. So we're really just waiting on this to finish up. We might have to start our streamer switch. When I logged in earlier today, our power was looking good. Yeah, we're still topped off. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We have air, we have atomic separation catalyst, we have everything. Oh, our cryothium is running low, so I will like fully address this whenever we set up the like everything we need to get it running. But I'm pretty sure it's because this guy keeps it's that weird bug again. I don't really understand this bug, honestly. If someone has an idea of how you can deal with this, I don't really know what's going on. I feel like it's something to do with something is misreporting the amount of items in here. We have 2.5 million cryothium, but there's only 1.2 million in here. So something is misreporting. And whenever we actually get down to like 1.3 million or something like that, the fluid extractor tries to craft, but there's not actually anything in there, so it freaks out. That's what's going on. I don't really know what's causing that. Maybe it's a claimed chunks issue. No. I don't really know. I'm gonna have to figure something out. It honestly might be here, actually. That's what it is. Yeah, when I set this up last episode, I think, because I needed more filters, I forgot to put this to insert only. That's totally my fault. Because if I have it on bidirectional mode, it the extract is not filtered for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know if that's a bug or not, but yeah, that was causing issues. I forgot about that. That's why I have all of these set to insert, and this one by itself is set to extract only, so that we don't get that issue again. Wait, there's 2 of them. I only need 1 of you. Extract only. Priority 0. Hang on, I'm learning something new. Oh, one's fluid, one's items. Okay, never mind. We're good. Okay, how's our casings doing? Okay. Yeah, that's what's happening. It was reporting twice, so now it should be okay. If I check on you, you're reporting correctly. That's what it was. Figured it out. Basic troubleshooting skills. I got them. So I got a little bit of a what's the word? Grievance? Yeah, let's say grievance, right? Is that the right word to say? Trying to say annoyed, but being fancy a little bit. My neighbor, he lives right next to my apartment, right? Oh, and he's a gamer. And not the and he's a loud kind of gamer, which I respect, right? There's nothing wrong with being loud when you're gaming, right? By all means be hype, but like it's you're a little too loud. It's sometimes 1 in the morning and the guy's just screaming out loud like, yo, let's go, you're the goat. Is the things I hear. I actually hear him say things like that, and it's so funny. I don't know if I talked about it last episode, but it was pretty funny. All right, look at all these recipes being slow as heck. I'm gonna increase them. All right, let's upgrade the recipes. You're making 3 at a time. I can hear him right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I don't think so because it's probably not loud enough. But it's pretty funny. I can't match that energy, honestly. I've always been like more of a quiet dude. But I have noticed that whenever I get like nervous in games especially, I laugh. I tend to laugh when I'm nervous. This is a bending machine, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna fix these recipes so that it's not horrendously slow. And I might as well because this stuff is cheap. And this is circuit 4. I forgot how I set it up. It's UA circuit 4. Yes. Right there. Okay. So how about now? Heat proof. No. Just gonna craft 1,000. Honestly, I don't care. Oh, you're slow as well. You're slow as well. You're all slow. That's okay. That's what I'm here to fix. Yeah, you'd be surprised like how slow things get if you're crafting one at a time. You gotta batch craft. No, we're aiming for stacks at a time. And I honestly don't even know what the guy's playing to be so loud either. Right here. The aluminum frame box. You can set to, that's too much. Right there. Thank you. And heat proof machine casing. This is like that. I have learned of a faster way of replacing patterns. Yeah, make the pattern first. There we go. That's a little faster. I'm learning. Anyways, give me 800 of you. And give me 1200. And let's see how slow it is. That's slow. I see it. I think. I don't actually know. Yeah, you're slow. But machines like I think machines with the crafting input buffer or the crafting input bus, those guys are a little faster. I've noticed. So it has all the rods ready already. But any machine that does not have that is not as fast. Did I not fix this recipe? No, I did. Why are you taking forever? The heck? Oh, there might be a duplicate. There is. Why do I have two of you? And it prioritizes the first one for some reason. Get out of there. Okay, good to know. That's funny. Like 600 of you. There we go. Oh, look how much faster it is to craft all this stuff. Also, if you haven't been keeping up with my Meatball Craft series, that's completely okay. I just wanted to mention that. I had mentioned on that I finally invested in 32 gigabytes of RAM, and this is the first stream that I'm doing with 32 gigabytes of RAM and also a bigger SSD, using 2 terabytes now, and it should be a little faster. I don't know if it's gonna show any difference on the recordings, but it's a huge help for the video editing. Oh man, it helps me out so much. So I used DaVinci Resolve to record my stuff, or to edit my stuff, and it's pretty not so good. It's a very RAM hungry. I'm also gonna have to expand this a little bit, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty RAM hungry, but I finally got myself more memory, and it's gonna help me out so much. I'm going to go ahead and do it from here, I believe. Yeah. Because I do want to preserve the flower here. It's just gonna be like right here. Yeah, sure. There we go. And actually, I want to go a little more down. Yeah, right there. All right, and then I'm just gonna move 30. Sure. Right. I didn't disconnect anything right now. Yeah, 30 is fine. Well, yeah, it's also something I've been thinking about, especially for Meatball Craft, is like base design. I would like a new philosophy, but I just don't know. It's never been my strong suit. It sounds like an excuse, but every time I try, I just like would rather play the. I like machines, so I end up just doing that mostly. But it's just how their base is gonna look like for the rest of the pack. I don't know. I did say there was gonna be like a build renaissance. That didn't really happen. This was a long time ago. Also, I remember that. Oh, excuse me. I still can't fully see my keyboard because I moved the mic in front of my face, um, covering the keyboard instead of half of my monitor. So I can't always see my keyboard. I'm gonna be mistyping things kind of often. So what I'm going to do is have it like this. I'm going to wrap around this guy. Then guess we'll continue on where I left off, so right here. Yeah. But yeah, it's something I've been thinking about lately. Is having a new build philosophy, because how can I differentiate between GT&H and Meatball Craft in terms of building, right? Because I'm at a point in Meatball Craft where I'm going to be getting the the portal to the void, basically on the next episode, and that comes with what's the word I'm trying to find? It means I'm gonna have to build, in other words, to put my machines down, right? But is that something I'm gonna actually do, or am I just going to set them all down like this in a line? I don't know. I might think of something. I'm kind of just thinking out loud right now. But I do want to build something though. I don't want to like not design something for Meatball Craft. I don't know yet. It's a pretty interesting thing to think about. Okay, so I'm trying to basically copy all of this over there. Right. Yeah. There's just a little bit of a random talk I'm having to myself. Set hand. No. Highlight this one. Set hand 12. Set hand 12. There we go. But anyways, yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to last without getting annoyed with that. My gamer neighbor who keeps he's pretty loud. But I'm mostly curious with what the dude is playing. Because I don't know. I don't have an idea. But it sounds like it's pretty hype. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it open like that. We have our the bee thing. Maybe that's what I'll end up doing. Well, I guess you can say that it kind of starts off with needing a central theme to a build, and that's probably something that I didn't really do very well with this playthrough. I don't really have a theme. It's kind of just building machines until I feel like it, right? And maybe that's something I'll try to figure out for the Meatball Craft build is find a theme that would work and would look reasonable, and it's not something that I would get annoyed with building over time. Because that's also what it looks like. That mod pack is going to be around for quite a while as well. Now, how long? No idea. Is it going to be GTNH? That's an interesting question. I don't know. I'm not really concerned with how long it takes to beat packs. It's just, if it takes me forever, then that means it's done its job as a good pack. Oops. It should be 13. Yep. Okay, so why am I building this extra platform space? Well, I am trying to add the mega machines. That is the whole reason. I'm gonna break this because every time I move it, they're gonna show up. Because of how I move the platform. Yeah, they're gonna keep showing up, so I'll get rid of them. Where am I? The basement is so large that I'm not able to see the other side of the wall. I love that. Alright, so this guy I'm just gonna open up over here. And this guy is kind of just gonna exist. This is our flower pot for the bees. I'm not gonna move that. Everything else just needs to be Aegon. But that is one promise I can make about Meatball Craft. It's not going to be grayscale. It's very gray here. And I've already made a promise on that mod pack that it's not going to be so gray. It might be a little blue, but not gray. No, 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 no. Okay. So we got a bigger platform and I can put down the machines now. So I think all the casings have finished. Yes, they did. And this is a 15 by 15 by 15 multi-block. So you are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should be the where the controller is going to be. I actually counted right for the first time in forever. Yeah. Sweet. And I'm not going to like upgrade this thing to the max either. I'm just going to give them, like, even though they're megas, I'm only going to give them CPM energy hatches for now. Basically the same as all the other machines I've been adding. But the purpose for this is future proofing. So once I need to upgrade them, I can. But our base cannot support two big megas like this. It can't. Running nonstop, the one we have over there, and then this one. It can't support it. But it can support a ZPM mega. And I know a question that you might have is, well, how come we just don't build a small one then if you're not going to power it like crazy? Well, that's because I intend to passive a bunch of stuff. And these guys have a lot of space for that. Mm-hmm. They're, the setup for them is going to be a little weird, though. Because of the fact that the blast furnace produces hot ingots. I'm gonna have to think about that. It's a little tricky. But what's probably gonna happen is that all of the hot ingots that get produced, every single thing that gets produced in either machine has to be separately filtered, by the way, for this to work. So that I can just have them cycle through recipes. So I think it's gonna have like a subnet of hot ingots over here, and then they would connect to the vacuum freezer, and then those same ones would also get filtered. I think that's what's gonna happen. I guess we'll figure it out when we get into it. This is also a 15 by 15 by 20 height. And you're only 3 blocks up. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 3 blocks up. There we go. Big boy. Okay. So this guy's a little weird because it's tiered. Hang on, I gotta figure this out. Mega blast furnace. If I want to upgrade you to, we're using iridium reinforced glass because this is going to be CPM tier. And the coil will be electrum flux. Yeah. There we go. And then GT, no. Hatch, 1. Okay. I should have everything crafted. I did everything before I logged in a couple hours ago. Oh, okay, got it. Easy. And then we just give them maintenance hatches. I'm so glad I remembered. I told myself, yeah, you want to make a lot of these because you need them so often. There you go. And I made 100. So now every machine I craft or I set up is going to have a maintenance hatch. You help me out so much. Not yet. Need to put the qubit border in. And we're definitely at that point in the playthrough where I should be setting up multi-blocks for like literally everything. Maybe machine spam? I don't know. You know how I feel about machine spam? It's the last resort. If I can think of another way to do it, I will do that other way. Machine spam is always the last resort, but we're gonna stick with this for now. So this guy also needs a muffler. Yes. ZPM, huge multi-block, and you're going to have... Oh, you already have a muffler. What the heck? You're not centered, right? Are you centered? How did you get a how'd you get a muffler? I didn't ask you to put a muffler. Oh, this guy's gonna have like weird casings all over the place, right? Probably. Okay. Uh, don't think so. That's fine. Okay. So this guy's built. This guy's built. You're both going to have ZPM energy hatch, and I can always upgrade it if I feel the need to. But I just need something simple for it. Well, yeah, you have to have ZPM because I don't even have the glass for UV. This is for now. I'll give your power right there, kind of towards the front because I can. And she will be also as well right there because right here. Okay. And then we go ahead and move power over here. Yeah, you definitely don't have enough cables for this. Transformer. I'll just put this over here. Sure. Okay. We're still waiting on those HSS cables. Yeah. Gonna take a drink. Okay. Right there. I'll wait for the rest of the cables, but I do need the transformers. I don't know if you guys heard that. This dude is so hyped for whatever reason. He's like, ooh. Hoo. Okay, input facing down. Yeah. All right, gotta focus, otherwise I'm gonna blow up everything. But I'm telling you, a really good upgrade for 2.8. Offhand, a color dye, and then you write, and then whenever you place a cable or something that can be painted, it automatically paints it. That's gonna save me so much time, and I know it's gonna save you guys a ton of time as well. Not just me. There we go. Okay, these guys are powered, but they're not really connected to anything. How much channels do I have? 19. We have a good amount. Honestly, I think what I'm going to do... No, we'll just continue here. Yeah, we'll continue. If we need more channels, then I'll just add another wireless connector. I was considering setting them up with their own wireless connector, but I think that's fine. So these guys are pretty much ready to go already. You have power. You have maintenance. Yeah. But we actually need to connect everything. So one thing at a time. For sure, you're going to need a stocking input hatch. And always craft one for the road. These guys do take a while to craft. This guy's going to be right here. And this is where I'm going to give all the fluids that the crafts are going to take. So I might as well, I guess, stress test this with the resources that I have automated so far. The blast furnace thing. So there's one over here, and there's like a couple over there. There's also one over there. So there's like 4 recipes I have to figure out. Let's do this one first. This is the one that does. Oh, I can even tear this down. This one does enriched Naquadon. So let's set this guy up. This is circuit 11 with xenon. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to have a single stocking bus that does everything. But I'm going to have it filtered with an output bus. The filtered output buses are what's going to go to this guy. And you're going to pull in all the stuff with a advanced stocking input. Yes. Let's just craft a couple of these because I might as well. I gotta make sure that you're not voiding anything. You're not. Okay, thank you. So this guy is going to be our circuit 11. And then one of the first things I want to craft is enriched Naquadot dust. So I just want to set this up similar to how I have this, where all the hot ingots go into here. But I'm not going to use a pipe network. I'm going to use AE2 to connect it. But it's pretty much the same idea, where I have a cooked ingot, and then that gets sent into the vacuum freezer. So we're going to give this an output bus. It doesn't have to be anything special. We can just give it a LV. It's so loud. What is wrong with you? Oh man. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I just gotta chill. I gotta chill. I'm not gonna be that old dude that's like, oh please shush. No, that's fine. It's not that deep. Okay, so all the outputs are gonna be here, but you absolutely have to filter them. Right there. And oh, hello, Sai. So okay. Welcome. I have to ask you something. First of all, thanks for the meatball craft. It's such a good mod pack. Also, how do I pronounce your name? Sorry, I don't wanna sound funny. I've tried. I think I've said it in one of the episodes, but I think I mispronounced it. I hear people say Sai a lot. How you doing? I guess a little bit of a background is like, oops. Yeah, I also play GT&H on the weekends mostly, but I got a lot of stuff going on here. And I'm setting up a big boy blast furnace. And I'm kind of doing weird things with it too. So how this is going to be set up, it's a storage bus. Right? And this is going to basically tell, say nah. Oh, okay, got you. Anyways, welcome to all the GT&H Maxers. This is also the dev for Meatball Craft. I'm kind of a little bit starstruck, forgive me. So we need the advanced docking bus, and it's going to take all the stuff we get over here. Yes, but this has to be filtered, otherwise it's going to mess up everything on that blast furnace. And then this guy's going to basically pick up everything. So this itself is going to... Hey, Jericho, you didn't get messaged? Do I have messages turned off or something? No? It should work. I don't know. How you doing, Jericho? So this is going to be on a subnet. So chances are I'm probably going to want a controller to power this because it's going to be a lot of channels, I think. So I can probably give this a quartz fiber and power it from here. Is what I'm thinking. I don't know. I'm going at this completely blind. I can. Oh, I can't. Okay, never mind. It's too small. I can give this a cable, actually. Check this out. Check this out. I'm going to break this guy. Fiber right there. Boom. There we go. Okay, so now this guy has power. And Bs are like more and more broken the further you get into the pack. And since I started Bs in ZPM, they are broken. Oh, absolutely. So I think it was like early UV. I pretty much didn't want anything to do with Bs because of how tedious it was getting. But I've since learned of the wonders of Gendistry. This mod is so powerful. And now I just now I'm B maxing. I love it. Which you did remind me. I have to fix this. I have to fix this because at some point, because we're building up combs here, and oh, there's so much stuff here. This is my bee breeding setup. So basically, the idea is, this has all the good traits of a bee. So I just like breed them and then use Mutatron, and then this is my World Accelerator to speed up the apiary here. So I don't have to worry about any climates because I just imprint bees with temperature and humidity tolerance so that they can exist anywhere. So I always do that. If I'm trying to breed stuff, I just throw them into here. You get them really strong, and I can just use this apiary to do whatever I want. That's all I need. And, some mutagen over here. Pretty strong stuff. But I have this lever here to turn it off because this is a power hog. And there totally has been a night where I leave that on the entire night. Okay. So this guy is going to be on a subnet, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm going to give this dense cable, but a different color. And I like to use my subnet as blue, usually. I highly recommend it. It needs like 28 neutronium. I wish I could say the same, but no. A lot of the stuff I'm crafting right now needs so much, so much everything. Like, you remember my recent big adventure was crafting the component ass line UHV casings. This was over 100,000 neutronia. It was so bad. 17 ingots every 190 seconds. Yeah, it's gonna be like that for a while. That's what I'm learning. Oh, actually, you reminded me of something else. I actually do have a neutronium B, and it gives me neutronium combs over here. The only thing is that it's pretty bad. It's really slow to give you neutronium, but over time I've already have... It's completely passive, but I do have 1.5 million neutronium, which is 10,000 ingots, just chilling there. It's so good. It's not very fast, though. I should upgrade that. I can probably turn this on now to proof this, so I'm going to turn it on for a little bit. It's going to make me my hot enriched Nacrodon ingots. I might need to upgrade the power, because, yeah, Yeah, it's kind of slow actually. And I forgot I turned my Mega Blast Furnace off 30 minutes ago. Rest in spaghetti. Okay, but the idea here is connect there. I need some more cables actually. I got a bunch of random cables in here. I'm gonna use them and change their color because I got so much. Don't connect that. That's gonna break everything. Yeah, that is. Okay, we'll do this. Click to toggle automatic item pulling from MU. Yes, so you're kind of waiting. Oh, you're not even connected. So you have a couple of these enriched ingots. And then, here you go. Right there. I'm going to set each of them to extract only. I don't think that really matters, but so this guy's going to pull. So now it has access to that. And this can only handle 16 ingots, and I might as well. That should be fine. But then for me to connect it to storage, I'm going to need more output buses, but they also are going to be filtered. Yeah, I think I need to upgrade this because I'm gonna need to upgrade it because if it's gonna be doing a lot of ingots and then it takes forever for one of them, it's gonna get stuck on that one ingot. I'm gonna have to speed this up by a good amount. Anyways, this guy is going to be housing our cooked Nakodon ingot like that, so it only goes there. And this is where I put the storage bus. So one storage bus right here. I can make this bigger. All right. I might be able to increase the size of that. So it's 16 times 64, right? The HV output buses, so 1024. That's probably good enough, honestly. I don't think I need a huge amount. So let's upgrade the size of the output bus. Just gonna use all of these. And I cannot use ME output buses because you can't filter these yet. You might be able to in 2.8. I heard that you could, but you can't do that over here. And I just saw your message, Jericho. Indium, 208,000 dust. I think that's more than what I have. How are you getting so much? Oh, I'm guessing you're also farming for Sphalerite and Galena, because I'm not using that. I stopped setting that up because it was a little more of a setup, and I got lazy. I had a lot of it. Yeah, I completely ran out. Yeah, I'm out. And all of the stuff where that we mine gets directly processed. I don't have any of that. Ew. They're really trying to push Ismail. Even right now, there's a way to do that. So I know there's a way to get this right now through the Ismail flotation device, something like that. I think it's here. You can use the combs. Yeah, right here. You can already do something like that, and you get the froth. This is probably your best bet with this is probably the best way to get indium through bees, but you need a lot of it through flotation cell and, you know. Okay, I haven't honestly, I'm not gonna deny it, I just haven't bothered. I don't know if I want to. Put a storage bus there. And then extract only, and you're also going to be you. Like that. Okay. And then we can store this in our main net. Like that. So those are the two things I think I'm going to set up is enriched Naquadot. That pretty much takes care of this setup. I'm not going to remove it just in case, but that's the whole idea of this. For example, if I check here, this should be fully this is filled. That's good. And the idea is that whenever I have another output bus and I have it filtered, it's still not going to process and it'll actually do another recipe. And we can see that right now. But I just need to make sure that this actually works. So if I turn it on for a little bit, yeah, it works. And that guy's going to turn on as well. Okay. So let's do the recipes in the blast furnace that I have set up already, that I'm trying to put in the new setup, which is over here. So this guy is Nequadria and Naquada. There's a trend you're probably seeing by now, right? So I'm going to pretty much just decommission this. Yeah, I'm going to decommission this. And we'll set it up like that. Okay. But I do have to set this up. We have output buses on me. Yeah. Okay. So if I tell this guy to also stock Nequadria, I'm running low on Nequadria. I'm not running low on Naquadot. I don't know why I have more rich Naquadot, but I gotta really solidify our Naquadot setup for sure. Man, I missed the Vajra. Such a good tool. I remember like when I was getting into IV tier, everybody was telling me, get the Vajra, get the Vajra. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Is it Vira or Vajra? Who knows? But it's such a good tool, I agree. So you have 1, 2. And I don't want you to process. Are you off? Don't do that. So we want Nequadrium. Hang on, say now, are you also a GTA Nation enjoyer? I didn't know that. New lore. Nequadria. Hot Nequadria, and this is going to be hot. Hot Naquada. Right there. And give this storage buses. Need a couple more of you. So this is probably going to be one of the weirder recipes. This one, because I need this an Aquadol motion for stuff. But I also need the extremely unstable Naquadot stuff for other stuff. And this one's going to be a little tricky to automate, honestly. Yeah, I need it for this. Oh, it's pretty much used for all of the fuels. I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out. Okay. The storage buses is what I need. So this guy is going to extract only. I don't know if I should be filtering like this. I probably should, honestly. Might as well. Then give this a cable and repaint it. There we go. Pretty much it, right? So turn that on for a little bit. Yeah, I need to upgrade this because if you're like if you're taking 12 seconds for every two, that's kind of slow. All right, then we're making another energy hatch. We're making a thick energy hatch. 64 amps. Let's do it. Well, hmm. Trying to think here. At this point, I think I might just set up a laser for this instead. Yeah, I think we need to give these guys lasers and then set them up to be big power. Yeah, let's do it. Never gotten far in New Horizons to play a lot of older packs where Fashra was a cool OP tool. Nice. Yeah, I'm kind of GTNH pilled. Is that the word? Where I only like whenever I think of Gregtech, I only assume GTNH. I just haven't played Gregtech in um any other pack. Trying to think here. Um I can craft 4 of these, and I think I might. Yeah, I'm gonna start it now because the chromatic glass takes forever. I should have crafted this overnight. Yeah, I'm gonna go with lasers for these guys. But for me to I only need 2 of you because I'm gonna be branching off of here, and then 1 mirror for vacuum freezer, and then another mirror for this. Yeah, so only 2 of you, and we have everything for this. That's good. Okay, so let's get some laser source. Excuse me. Then I mean we might as well. Yeah, because I can't have you being that slow. I'm not gonna give it the full 4096 ZPM amps. That's kind of ridiculous. Turn that off for 5 seconds. Break all of my machines because they like to do that. So I'm going to have them up here like that. Then give both of them the target or source 1, 2, and turn back on. There we go. And then I can configure them as I need. So one of them is going to go right here, and then the other one is going to go over here. But yeah, the Basher is pretty cool, but it does suffer that the curse of very fast OP tools. And I know you know what curse I'm talking about, the one where you destroy your whole base because it's too strong. Yeah, it does that a lot. But it's okay. It's still such a good multi-block. 2 of these mirrors and laser vacuum pipes. Good amount of you guys. But for me to actually connect it, I need the laser target hatch, which I should have already. Okay. Let's go ahead and pause you. Every time I want to live change my I panic. Yeah, at this point, I already know my whole base has been shut off like multiple times, just upgrading my power network over here, and I just don't care anymore. I'll figure it out when I notice something's wrong. But that's why I've been trying to have for a lot of processes, I try to have this machine controller cover on top so that it turns back on after a minute. So that if it does run out of power while it's processing, it'll kickstart itself back up. But I'm also like not. I'm a little cautious about that too because if you give that thing to a power hungry machine and your power shuts off, it's gonna consume all the power nonstop. I don't know. Just something to watch out for. Oh, so I got this advice from another viewer a while back, but you give it a machine controller set it to disable with redstone. It has to be disabled with redstone, and then you just give it a whatever tick rate you want. I set it to the max so that once a minute it'll try to kickstart back up. So what it's pretty much doing is that it recognizes there's no redstone signal, so the machine controller tells the machine to start. That's pretty much what it is. If you have it to enable, then yeah, it'll get shut off. I'm gonna rip apart these cables. You're going to be lasers instead. So you can't put right here. I have the same setup with maintenance covers, but when those machines power fail, the cover gets set to disable machine. You're playing on 2.8, are you? Or aren't you? It might be a little different. That's usually what that's my default response to something I don't know. Oh, if you have it to safe mode, yeah, it won't turn back on. That is correct. I'm not gonna give them the full power. We'll stick with like, I don't know, less power. They should really upgrade the tooltip so that it tells you what it's set to, but we'll give it 64 amps for now. But there's no way for me to know how much power is going into here without clicking on this thing. I wish there was a tooltip that told me that. Okay, and then I just need to connect these guys together. Hang on, time for experimentation here. I don't know what's going to happen if I color them the same color and they're next to each other. I don't know what happened. My understanding that they auto-connect, right? You're not supposed to do that. So that means you're getting set to a different color. Okay. So this guy's going to be cyan, and I guess this guy is something close to cyan, so light blue, I guess. Like that, and you're going to be cyan. You just can't be the same color. Okay, so this guy's going to power the this guy, and you are going to be powering the blast furnace, which has to be moved, I guess, over here. Yes, and you have to be light blue. Okay. You're powered, right? Yeah, you have to be powered because my base shuts off without you. Too far. No, exactly enough. Oh, no, yeah, it is one too far. And then you get the vacuum mirror so you can actually turn yourself. I love these vacuum mirrors. There we go. And you should be set to cyan. Yeah. Like that. Then you get connected like that. There you go. So you should have power. And I can always double check with a scanner. Yes, okay. And then you're going to get set to light blue. Right there. And paint. There we go. And then check with the scanner. You are powered. Okay, so now that's a little more power. And it's also future proofing, so I can send it even more power if I need to. Are you chunk loaded? You're not chunk loaded anymore. Start chunk loading things. Oops. Not you. There we go. Take a drink over here. How about now? Should be running a little faster. What are you talking about? Oh no. I know why. I know why. I don't have the right tier of glass. I don't have the right tier of glass. I forgot about that. UV tier glass required for tech and laser hatches. Oh, fine. That's osmium. That shouldn't be too bad. We've upgraded our machines plenty of times, but that's still a lot of osmium. Need 1,007 of you, and I have 96. How long is this gonna take? Probably not too bad. I guess we'll see. You're only crafting that much at a time. Borosilicate glass bar, you can also get upgraded. You can get upgraded as well. Okay. Let's upgrade our recipes. You're crafting 16 at a time? How dare you? Now you're crafting 256 now. Circuit 11. My inventory needs help. And then borosilicate glass bar. Ew, you're making 8 at a time. Now you're making a stack 256 at a time, and you're in the alloy smelter, right? Yeah. There we go. And then borosilicate glass block. You're making one at a time as well. Ew. Now you're making a stack at a time. Yeah, let's do that. In a compressor. Compressor, yeah. There we go. Okay. So 1007 minus 96. And it's not too bad, even though it's going to take a little bit to actually process because, yeah, this takes a while. It's EPM. We do have, I think it's UHV. Oh, it's only UV. I'm probably going to need to upgrade it, but there's still other things we can do while waiting anyways. There's always something you can do. For example, setting up the other machines to actually get this to work. So, at this point, you already have it set up to do Nequadria, Enriched Naquadot, and Naquadot Dust, right? Yes. And then this guy is going to be pulling it at Nequadria Ingot. It's just that it won't be able to because you don't have space for it. So that's where I add another HV output bus here. My inventory. Get out of here. That goes there. Going to need another one as well. So this guy is enriched in Aquadon. I need a Naquadon ingot and a Quadria. Quadria and Naquadon. Then you attach storage buses to each of you. So you are Aquadon. Extract only. And a Quadria. Extract only. There we go. Sweet. But that's pretty much the idea here. Yeah, we probably don't need a controller right now, but as I expand the subnet, yeah, I'm going to need it. It'll just be there for future proofing, right? Okay, so that's 3 ingots accounted for. There's still a couple more that we need. How fast is this? Something is taking a while. think I need to turn on the streamer switch, actually. Hang on. That's absolutely what I need to do. Streamer switch. We are streaming, so I can run the power a little harder. There we go. Okay, that'll just run over time. So, my inventory is a mess. You know what? Just restart. Get out of here. Got too much stuff on me. I'll keep that with me. Okay. So there's a couple of other things I need to do. For example, this one is going to be tricky to set up. This blast furnace. Because this guy should be doing basically this recipe here. This one. Is that actually a... Oh, yeah, kind of. So this is what the switch does. I call it the streamer switch, but it's... I'll explain. So we have two signals coming off of... well, really one signal coming off of the capacitor. So this signal over here tells my base to start generating power. So it pretty much tells these guys to kickstart. But I have another, like I have a branch off so that if we do start generating power, this one tells the, this signal tells power hungry machines to stop producing. For example, the megas. It'll tell these guys to stop doing anything because they're power hogs. This guy consumes more power than we generate. But I have an override switch over here. This is the streamer switch, and I use that to override the jumpstart signal so that when I'm streaming, I don't have to wait for the power to top off. So I call it the streamer switch. As long as I don't run the blast furnace, non-stop, we're okay. And I usually don't whenever I'm streaming. But I have to have, if I'm doing big crafts overnight, I have to leave it off. Otherwise, my base shuts down because we can't support that. So I call it the streamer switch. It must stay on during stream, so because otherwise it takes like 10 minutes or something like that for the power to top off, which tells my generation to stop running, which tells the power hungry machines the ass lines are also set up to do that. These guys consume a lot of power. It's mostly for the big machines, the mega chemical reactors as well. I think the mega apiary also. It's just a bunch of random machines. It's pretty useful. It's a little flawed because some of the machines that get shut off are used to make fuel for my power. So there's a weird state sometimes where if my base shuts off and I don't have fuel, that's it. Rest in peace, playthrough. Has that happened? No. And I'm gonna ignore it. But that's the whole reason I'm trying to do the Mark III fuel. 100% full passiving all of this. I'm trying to do that so I don't have to worry about that. And I'm also going to be a little smarter with storing backup fuel just in case things go wrong. I'm going to be a little smarter with that. It's a big upgrade that we need to do for sure. Speaking of upgrades, I may have to upgrade the fluid solidifier because I need a lot of this reinforced glass because I have to upgrade the blast furnace to that so that it lets me use lasers. I didn't think about this. So give me an energy hatch. UHV1. Well, yeah. No. I don't think I can even do that, right? Because it needs that glass to run. Let me see the fluid solidifier here. Oh, also check this out. That's why I have maintenance hatches. I can just do this real fast. Boom. There we go. I mean, you do make 5 at a time. I should upgrade it. You can probably argue that having a streamer switch in the first place is not a good idea because you should always be generating more power than you consume. But that's just one of the shortcuts that I've taken, and it's helped me out. But I do need to really upgrade our power, and that's what I'm trying to do. It takes time, though, for making any big upgrade. It takes a while. I'm okay with that. The glass is tiered, though. So I can't give this a UHV energy hatch until I give it better power. Well, what I might be able to do, or give it better tier of glass, but I might be able to give it another energy hatch. Is that how it works? Does it let me use more than one? Does it let me use more than one? I'm gonna craft it just in case. Let's see if that works. I don't know if it works because some machines don't let me do that. You don't need this fluid solidifier, right? No. No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay. I was laughing about it earlier, but it's so funny that the basement is so large that I can't see the other side of the wall because of the render distance. That's so funny. Take a drink. Okay. Thanks for the follow, Chaotic Tappers. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're crafting the energy hatch. I'm going to try and use that to upgrade the fluid solidifier. That's right here. I'm probably going to end up leading off of this. Yeah, how much power is coming off of this? I don't remember. 16. How much am I using? This 1 amp of UHV, and this one is 4 amps. We have enough power. So weird, I'm sure I already followed you. Yeah, I've heard about that happening sometimes. It's even a thing on YouTube, I've heard. Where some people say like they get automatically unsubscribed. I don't know, it's a weird thing. I don't really have an answer to that. I'm gonna cancel this and then pause it and see if I can upgrade you. Okay. And I'm trying to get away from Tesla Tower power. That's really hard for me to say. And just rely on lasers from now on. Because the Tesla Tower can only support, if you guys don't remember, it can only support up to 272 amps of CPM at most. So we're not going to be using that anymore. Again, I don't know if I can use more than one energy hatch. Guess we'll see. Face down, please. Yes, thank you. Okay, if it builds, then yes. It looks like I can. Okay. So I need some transformer. Just one transformer actually, and HSS cable and a UV superconductor. Okay, so you get right there, step down from UHV to UV, and then give this a cable right there to take some of that power from this guy. You're colored. No. Green. Yes. Then you are UHV. Double check before I blow everything up. Input UHV. UV. Yep. There's always a non-zero chance that I'm gonna blow something up. It has happened before. I'm also drinking a little bit, so that it increases the chance by just a bit. There we go. No explosions. Thank you. Okay. So this guy should be a little faster now to produce my osmium glass. That's faster, right? I don't remember what it was doing before, but I feel like that's faster. It's using more power. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's get some osmium glass. I need 1,007 minus 254. 1,007 minus 200 and let's round up to 260. Go for it. Okay, that should finish eventually. So let's figure out that weird recipe in the meantime while we're waiting. Here on my inventory here. And get some cables on me that I'm going to need for this thing. I'm out of view. Craft a couple. Thank you. And thank you. Okay. This recipe here. How the heck am I going to deal with this one? It's a good question. I don't really know. So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to store all of this. It's not going to be the main product, I don't think. I think the main product is, acid naquadol emulsion. This is what is used for all of this stuff. So I think I'm going to produce this as the main thing. I have an idea. Give this an output bus. Still. Also a output hatch. Not ME, because we can't use MEs because you can't filter them. At least not until 2.8, and I don't have it updated to that. So let's use a big output hatch, like a ZPM one or something. Is giant too big? I think that's too big. Let's make a ZPM ones, as I can. I have one. Okay. Okay. So things that go directly into our main net, our main storage is going to be stored here. This is all the subnet stuff, and this is all the mainnet stuff. Let's go over here, actually. Over here. Oh, yeah, over here. So output bus and output hatch. So this guy's going to get filtered to the extremely unstable whatever. And this one is going to be stored here. Acid naquadol emulsion. Over here. And I think I have this set up in my storage cell, so I can just give that outputs. Or is it? It might be in this one. Yeah, extremely unstable naquadol dust. And then we have... I forget how I'm storing the other stuff. We're processing it right away. So I don't have a storage for this. So what I'm going to do is give it a 1K fluid storage. So where's my filter stuff? Over here. So I want all of that guy to go over here. Yeah, right there. And then filter this to right there. It gets stored over here. At least I'm pretty sure I don't have it stored anywhere. No, I don't. Okay. So I just need to give that a dual interface and a normal interface. That goes right over here. ME interface right there. And dual interface here. Give it some cables. And I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah, I try not to be, political in here, but yeah, I do agree. It's regardless of this is just my personal stance on it. Regardless of your beliefs, it's not something that someone should have to go through. That's what I think. But beyond that, I'd rather not get into it. It's a tricky situation, regardless of any stance you take. But it definitely is like a tragedy. I agree there. A little bit. It's kind of surreal, also, what it happens. There is a part of me that doesn't really like think it happens, but like as in like a dream state is what I'm trying to say, right? Not like I'm trying to deny anything, no. But it's like surreal. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Okay, upgrading the. Oh yeah, okay. This actually finished pretty quickly. I didn't realize it was that much. But notice here how this needs circuit 16. And you also need fluoroantimonic acid. So I need to filter you to fluoroantimonic acid, and I need another stocking input bus with a different circuit. Okay, yeah, that works. And you're going to get an Aquadria dust as well. Okay. Okay. Believe that's everything I need for this setup thing. Yeah, because these outputs I'm going to store directly into our storage. Yeah, let's do that. And it looks like we got a good amount of the borosilicate glass going. We just need a couple more. That's finishing up. Yeah, we have enough. Okay. That finished a lot faster than I thought it was. I don't really have a good way of excuse me, I don't really have a good way of replacing blocks. Like, yeah, there's the magic stuff for Thaumcraft, right? Exchanging wand, but I don't really have that. Yeah, I have the bare basics of Thaumcraft. I'm gonna have to get into it again at some point. I realize that because if I want to 100% the pack, I need to get into Thaumcraft. But I've only done like the bare basics, and I mean the very bare basics to get the nanosuit boots of the Traveler and goggles of revealing. I don't even have the quantum suit. I have the quantum suit, everything else, but not the goggles and boots because I haven't gotten around to it. Okay. There's probably gonna end up being like a Thaumcraft 100% episode somewhere down the road. It's another thing I would love to have soon. And I think what's gonna happen in this playthrough is whenever I get the optical circuits, because that means I can get the cosmic armor, and you need magic for this. So I think what's gonna happen is once I get the optical circuit, that's when I finally get into magic. Just for that armor. You know, but I'm not too stressing about that because I don't really have much opportunity or much use for exchanging blocks. And like, yes, there's this. But that's pretty much it. By the way, are you asking or saying? I don't know, because I don't really work with the nuclear stuff. For thorium 232, I like to use the blast furnace method. You know, the one to turn it into like zinc, thorium, whatever, and then you throw it in a blast furnace after some steps. That's what I like to do. I craft it. I can even show you. You know, I have no idea where this much thorium is coming from. Why do I have 55 million? I don't know, but do I not have a recipe for this? Yes, I do. Thorium 232. It's doing this recipe where it combines calcium and a bunch of other stuff to get the zinc chloride and thorium hydroxide, which is a whole bunch of stuff. But you pretty much use the blast furnace to get it. Yeah, this one, the zinc thorium alloy ingot. And it's a whole bunch of stuff. That's what I use. I'm not too sure. I think so. Let me check actually. Yeah, I think it's some of it's recycled, so you get molten zinc and then fluorspar, calcium chloride. Yeah, I think it's recycled. It looks like it. I haven't confirmed it really because I just throw it into. I just ask for it and then it makes it for me, and I don't even know where the rest of it goes. It just goes back into storage somehow. Every day of night, wandering through life, holding out to the word of night. I think they're gonna be even though they may seem hard at first sight, yes they might. Turn down the lights, goodbye, sunshine. I'll be the first in line, catch your wake, celebrating the good times. I won't stay mad, we played our parts. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to get the channels going. There we go. I think the osmium glass is finished. It is finished. There we go. Okay. So now it builds. And now we have more power. Sweet. Yeah, okay. And now you work with, because you are that tier of glass, you should be working now. I'm just going to leave this running and then we'll see where it breaks. Everything should be filtered correctly. You are consuming a lot of power though, so I think I'm going to have to give it the streamer switch. That is advanced redstone receiver internal. And then you just give it here. And then have one of you too, because you're also consuming a lot of power. And then I need a copy paste tool. There should be one here. No, that's a regular machine controller. I know the ass lines have it. Copy. And then you guys can have it as well. So that whenever I'm offline, it's not gonna, my base isn't gonna shut down because I let this run too long. I think I'm gonna muffle you. You're a little loud. Thank you. Okay, but the Quadria ingot is being produced. Yes, check it out. And then, so that's kind of one of the drawbacks to this. I might just end up upgrading the power a little more because the Quadria takes a while to cook up. Yeah, it takes a while to cook up, so I might just increase the power a little bit. Yeah, let's double it. 128. Double the power. There we go. It's a little bit too much, but once it piles up, we should be okay. How is this keeping up? It looks like this is able to keep up with everything. Wait for it to process. Yeah, I can keep up just fine. So that guy's gonna keep going until this fills up. And then all the other stuff is gonna fill up and then it just gets stuck, which is what we want. It does consume a lot of power though. The Quadria ingot. If I check here, yep. Right, let that go for a little bit, but I think that solves one of the other interesting things. The Dobby is interesting and mostly sucks, but the pure Nakoda is pretty good. I've heard people say it's a bait, but take that with a grain of salt because I've never set one up. I have it. Yeah, I have it, but I've never set it up because I heard it's bait. It's probably like only useful if you have like a metric butt load of these guys set up because the chances are so low. But the cool thing is that it does give like pure stuff. But I don't know what else it gives. Like they should really add a scroll bar to this because I can't see what's down there. I don't know. It's funny. That's what I like to see. Okay, so everything is basically finished. I check everything here. Nequadria is full. Enriched Nakodal is full. And this is still processing that. You're full. You're getting full. And we keep going from like that. Got like 1,000 Nakodon maybe an hour from one princess. You know what? That's not bad. And you just said from one princess, so like multiply that by like 1,000, which is what people should be doing for a lot of things. Maybe just have one mega apiary running just a DOB. Not enough item output space. So if I check here, everything should be filled. See, that's what I love about this update because it wasn't like this before. At least I don't remember. I remember what happened before was that it's trying to do one recipe, and it like for example, it's trying to do enriched Naquadar, right? And it would get stuck because there's not any output space available. And because of the rules it had before, it would not try to do anything else, but they changed that. So then now it will. So even if, for example, this is full, but this isn't, it will do this recipe just fine. And I'm using that idea to condense a lot of our passive processes. For example, this blast furnace can go. This guy can go. I've already tore down 2 of them over there. And it's not just the blast furnace that's going to do that. So the fluid solidifier is also going to be really good. And another thing that I had working was, I think this one, right? Yeah. I don't know if that's working actually. Oh, because I don't have fluorite mode. This stuff. I'm probably going to have to set this up like crazy, but I'm not really going to worry about that until later, but I think that should be good for now. We are producing it somewhere, not very fast, but it's producing somewhere. So this is working as far as I'm concerned. Now, the next machine I want to set up is a fluid extractor. For example, this and this is doing fluid extracting, but I don't like it. And I can use the same, basically the same principles as the megas over here. Do the same thing with a multi-block. And I already have one for whatever reason. I'm not going to complain. Coils. Might as well give it the thickest coils I can afford. We use Electrum. Yeah, we use Electrum Flux. 24. Is that the best solenoid that I have? Yes. That's 7 of you. And then glass. I think is the glass tiered. The glass is tiered, yeah. Salt B. I haven't had mine set up. We get our chlorine from I think salt water, but yeah, bees are great. I think that's what really stopped me from really going crazy with the bees was the tediousness of this. The tediousness of them. There we go. But once you get Gendustry, it's so good. This makes my life so much easier. And I'm pretty sure these mods are also in Meatball Craft. You know what that means, right? I'm probably going to be doing that whenever I get to that point in Meatball Craft. I think I can do that now, actually, relatively early. There's still a lot to that mod pack I have to figure out, though. We'll get there. Yeah, the fluid extractor is pretty much going to look the same as this guy. I don't know if it needs 7, was it? Yeah, 7, okay. And a bunch of tungsten steel. We got plenty of you. Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and set it up over here. This guy is going to be guess ZPM because fluid extraction is not that slow. So I'm going to bring the HSS cables over here. Another thing I'd love to do at some point is just be rich enough to make infinity wires. Because we can craft infinity wires just fine, but our main issue is the lack of diamond dust and infinity catalyst. I keep running out of that stuff. And until I get a better way of automating infinity ingots, I won't really worry about this. You don't get diamond dust. What the heck? There's 500,000 here. I'm not going to worry about it. And we don't get a lot of this either. But I think my plans for this is set up a space elevator. After we get a good amount of power, I think I want to get into maybe not space elevator, but the new planets. Get to the new planets, and I can set up void miners for this stuff. Because the only infinity catalyst we get right now is a small amount through the bees, and a very small amount through tiny ore or small ore. Not too much. But I would love a space elevator. This guy's crafting, and this guy is... It looks like it's waiting for the assembler. Yeah. I might as well repair it. I'll come back to this because this is one of the machines I want to improve whenever I get the full thing going, because we do need gelid cryotheum to keep this cooled. I'm gonna take a sip. Okay. I don't know if I'll ever get into meteors, but again, because I don't really have a lot of magic in this mod pack. There are more than one meteoric iron singularity. Yeah, sure. But yeah, I don't know if I'll get into meteors. What is that? Throwable meteor chunk. Okay, sure. I don't know. Hurry up. Where are you even being made? Over here? Oh yeah, you're one of those slow recipes, right? Of course you are. Look at that. Hurry up. Slow as heck. How's my power doing? Yeah, we're doing okay. So, what kind of things am I gonna need for this? I think it's just relatively simple things. I should make a bunch of these output ZPM hatches though, at least, just to store like at least 1,000,000. I'm not going to use giants because that's just too much fluid. Let's be honest. But if I can use the ZPM ones, let's make 10. Then that'll pretty much mean this over here, right? I can probably start shutting down machines, right? Yeah, because this guy's taking up all of this stuff here. So this guy no longer needs to exist. We can save some channels and machine space. And even power space as well. And I can set this up later. Oh wait, we actually get a lot of the coils like this. Okay, pretty much done. I'm just gonna clear my inventory again. That's so much stuff. Right there. Okay. Then I can tear down these two machines as well. No, I can't because you're doing this. But I do need these rods for other things, so I might set up an extruder to condense them because I have like 3 of them, I think. Yeah, I got one here. That's for the mutagen. Pretty much the 3 bacterial vats have their own rod being crafted all the time. So maybe I'll set that up. Okay, everything should be crafted. No, not yet. Still waiting on that. You're a little slow. Yeah, you're a little slow. Because I can, you're getting made into a big recipe. There we go. IV superconductors are not very expensive at this point. I need the solenoids. For the mutagen, I actually use quad uranium cells. I honestly find it so cool that you're like really maxing the nuclear fusion stuff or fission, one of those things. I think it's fission, right? Because I haven't really used any of that. I'm guessing it says, oh, it lasts 1,000 seconds or so. I'm assuming you mean that one. This man lasts how long? What is that number? I know, because that's only 9 sieverts, but still, I want to see what this number is in days. 277,4884.8 divided by 60 is minutes, divided by 60 for hours. 770 hours divided by 24 for days is 32 days. So this thing is going to take a little over a month to decay. I'm curious if that number has any meaning to it. That number seems too random for it to. It's too much of a coincidence. I'm guessing you mean this one, right? The one that's about 1,000 seconds or 900 seconds. That's pretty good. Yeah, all of the other stuff that I use only lasts like a couple of seconds. But we're producing a lot of the resources, so I'm not too concerned about it. Wipe, then set this up to be a little different. Fluid extractor. So this guy has current channel coil. You're using electrum flux, and you're using. I don't know if I paid attention to what fluid you're using or what glass you're using. I think it's this one. And solenoid is that. Then tell this GT no hatch. We should have a lot of CPM glass because I literally just replaced all of it. There we go. Get some qubit. All right, so you need energy hatch, and I'm probably just gonna upgrade this as I see fit because I don't know if this is good enough. I'm powered back here. All right, and you're gonna need the transformers and the cables. CPM voltage transformer 1, 2. Facing down, right? Make sure before I go blowing up everything. There's always a non-zero chance that I blow stuff up. It would have been so funny if I blew it up right there, right? Comedic timing. Alright, so you have power, and I'm going to give you the maintenance hatch. I have it in my inventory. There we go. That should be it, and then I just got to connect all of the connections. Right there. How many channels do I have left? I have 23. Some channels. What is that? 9? Should be enough. You pretty much only need a stocking input bus and a bunch of output hatches. So one of you. I need my ME cables. Right there. And then probably I'm going to figure out how many fluids I need. Cutter goes boom. Tell you what, this is a shadow metal one, so I'm going to make a neutronium one because I replace my tools only when they get too low. So I'm going to make a neutronium cutter for you and then rename it to that. How about that? So that way it lasts longer and I always have it with me. I gotta have to craft it over here though. Is that the best durability one? Probably. That's gonna last me forever, honestly. Oh, hang on. Do I not know what I know what I can craft this stuff, don't lie to me. Oh, you're gonna be like that. Hang on. It's been a while since I've done any manual crafting with things like this. Please craft the correct one. Oh, I can just straight up craft it, okay. Alright, I have all my renaming stuff over here, I think. My enchanting network right here, yeah. And I'm going to stay true to the word. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 M's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right. I mean, I can also just copy paste. We're not cavemen. We have technology. There you go. Yeah, it's absolutely gonna happen. It's what I always tell people. Like, um, there's a meme somewhere in the somewhere in my Discord. I don't exactly know where, but it's one of the original memes. It's wire cutters are not allowed in the base, for example, like especially right here. You know how dangerous this is? Having UV power right next to ZPM twice. It's not very safe. You shouldn't do this. And there's like a lot of other examples where you probably shouldn't be walking around with a wire cutter because it just takes one misclick and rest in peace your entire base. Okay, there's a couple of fluid extracting automations that I would like to consolidate. I think that's the right word for it. I gotta look for them though. There's at least two. I would lie if I said that's not occurring in my base too. I'm pretty sure everybody has to deal with it at some point. Just not, I don't think there's much you can do. It's gotta happen, right? So this line doesn't have any. Oh, there's one here. So this one is for neutronium nuggies or molten neutronium. So I can put that over there as well. Molten plutonium 241. I might have to reconfigure this also for the fluid solidifier, honestly. How do I do the rods here? I'll figure it out. So we have two of those fluids being produced. I know there's more somewhere. Not here. This is for mincemeat. And should be two of them over here. So plutonium 239 and naquidol. I'm not going to tear down anything because why not, right? But for extra channels, I will. Okay. So, bunch of things we're going to need. I'm going to have to give you that. And then plutonium 241. Yeah. And then plutonium 239. That's a little concerning, though, that we're running low on that stuff. And I think it's because it's all in fluid form. Yeah. This is a byproduct, and we just don't do anything with it. That's a little tricky to deal with, honestly. I don't know. I'll deal with it later. But we also have naquidol ingots. There we go. So we would have so far just 4 ZPM outputs. 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy is going to be for neutronium. This guy is molten plutonium 241. This guy is molten plutonium 239. And molten naquidol. So neutronium goes there. 241 goes there. 239 goes here. And naquidol goes here. Okay. So neutronium is the only one that's going to be sent through an interface because we already have this being saved by the boatloads. So there you go. So that's going to be pushing straight into the network. And then the rest of this stuff, I think I want to store with a storage bus. Because I don't need too much here. Yeah, I don't. Morning, don't know, heading to bed. All right, I appreciate the company. Have a good night, Jericho. Thanks for joining. I'm actually gonna take a break myself. Geez, I didn't realize it was 2 hours. I usually take a break in an hour and a half. Oops. I'm having too much gregging. And let me set this up and then I'll take a break. But yeah, breaks are very important. Don't neglect your breaks. Or your sleeps. Don't do that. Alright, and then this guy is Molten Aqueduct. Okay. And we should have enough channels for this. Like that. There we go. This is getting produced by the boatloads, and then it stops making any, and then the next fluid gets produced. I believe it's Nakodal, right? Yeah. And then molten plutonium 241. And this is pretty quick, actually. And that's all I really care about, if it's just stocking up like that. And then that's basically it. So it's gonna stay stuck on not enough fluid output space because it's trying to craft one of these two. And then Nakodal is not quite done because you have to catch up. That's what that's for. So I should be able to tear this guy down, but before I do that, I'm going to basically disconnect all of the IO, so I don't lose any of this stuff because this is pretty important. Mm-hmm. Oh no, that's not a good sign. My fluid storage is filled up again. It's filled up with junk. That always happens whenever I forget to set something up correctly. No, it went no. Lead zinc solution. No, you have plenty of space. We have 195 million lead zinc solution. What the heck? No, we have space. I wonder why you're not going back in my storage. Do I have this filtered? Molten Naquadah. I might actually. Let me check over here, because if it tries to go into here, then yes, it's filtered. That shouldn't go there. I know, I wonder why it's not going through here. Not trying to go through here. Oh, this is where we're storing our plutonium. Okay. And also our Naquadah motion should be stored over here. Here instead. Yeah. So acid, Naquadah motion. There we go. Yeah, I have no idea why this is going. Oh, you know what? You know what? I think there's might be a sticky card on these guys. That's what it is. Yeah, you don't need a sticky card. I'm just gonna break this up then. You neither. And I can put this guy up. Thank you. That's what it was. Yep, there we go. Sticky cards, they like to do that. They like to be sticky. I can rip apart these machines and there's enough space for something there. But I'm going to try to do that whenever I have a machine that's been kind of upgraded. Just move it over. There we go. And before I take a break, let's go ahead and visit some of the other machines that have been consolidated now through this method here. And that's all filled. Okay. There's another machine, the neutronium one. This guy. This no longer needs to exist. Thank you. Then there we go. Do I even need this? This isn't connected to anything. It is not. There we go. You have a conveyor I would like to have. You never know if this is useful. Probably isn't. Just one EV conveyor. At this point of the pack, it's not really too much. Okay, and then we have this guy over here. Yes, but then I need to just give this an export, fluid export bus here instead. Just so I can keep that working. So I just need a fluid export bus here. And a cable. So I no longer need that. And I can basically pick that up. Break you. No longer need you. But I can extend this guy over here. Need some qubit, right? Yeah. And start moving the wires around here. There we go. Then have this is going to be molten plutonium, just like that. Okay. So that's now accounted for because we're producing the plutonium stuff in the consolidated fluid extractor. All right, so if I take this out, that should be filling up. Yes, okay. That works. Bye, 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 bye. It's something else. So that was that guy, and then this guy is can also be updated. So I just need to give this enriched Naquadol ingot. Yeah, which is just a normal export bus. And I can also tear up all of these machines here. And save a couple of outputs as well. Oh, my inventory. I think our main net vacuum freezer should be able to take care of those hot ingots I just threw in there. Disconnect these machines so I don't go blowing anything up. Right there. And just replace this with a gun. There we go. Now you just need to have an export bus there. I can connect you from the top. So give this enriched Naquadol. There you go. So if I take one out, you should fill back up. Yes. Yes, right? Yes. Okay. It's a little slow, but you know, it's fine. Throw everything back in my storage. Got too much stuff to worry about. Alright, so that guy's been consolidated. This guy has been consolidated as well. I would like to have another fluid solidifier for the rods. Or maybe an extruder. Probably a fluid solidifier. Fluid solidifying is usually the easier route to take. And I think that's how everything, I guess you can say, accounted for the fluid extractor. This guy over here. Seeing not enough fluid output space and a lot of inputs is good. Yeah, we have all of that stocked up. Million Naquadah as well. Oh, I got so much of this. Why do I have so much of you? Did I not set up a machine correctly? I'm finding that a lot of the machines either have shut off a long time ago and I didn't notice, or something's up with them. I don't know where this guy is. This machine is producing. It's producing somewhere. I know I have this being made. This P507. It's in this line over here. This is where I have all my Naquadah stuff. It's probably because I just never have enough P507. Oh, it's it you? I don't know, but this is an issue too. Give you a maintenance hat. Should be fixed. Also you. You know what? You too. Uranium sulfate. Not you. Is it you? No, at this point, that's all my biocell stuff. So yeah, I don't know where that's being made. That's my sand maker, right? Yeah, or my silicon maker. I don't actually know if I'm doing that recipe now that I think about it. What's this recipe again? Yeah, it should be this over here. Okay, all over P507 is trapped here. That's why. Okay. So it's this stuff here that is not working, and there is a chemical reactor somewhere that does this. I don't know where it is though. It's this one because you keep running out of P507. That's why, and that is because one of those machines stopped. Maybe. Naquadah rich solution. How about you? No, it's all stuck there. That's why. And then we have no Naquadine dust, which is how you get Naquadine. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. I'll come back to this, but I feel like this is an issue. We got to deal with this because all of our P507 is stuck there, and either we're not producing this fast enough, or what about the low quality Naquatria sulfate? Yeah, it's getting stuck somewhere on that process. So I'm gonna have to check this out. I'll come back to this though. We'll take a quick break and then come back in a little bit. I'm just gonna get some refill my drinks. Maybe a snack break. I don't know, but I'll be right back. Give me a couple minutes. Thank you. Okay, enough. Fix it. But some people may not actually be aware of what I do. It's not just Minecraft. I'm trying to make it a mix of music, Minecraft, and the rubber band ball. The only place you're gonna find all three of them together.
We can't put that on the cart, right? Or you can put it in the cart. It's right under you.
It's right under you.
Let me know when to drop
The
it.
cards.
Drop it. You're good.
That's not making it up here, bro. That's not gonna make it.
He does look kind of constipated.
It's
Okay.
like I'm standing up straight.
Okay, first go to the left, and then you see a board, and I guess we only have one god level, so we're doing that one.
This
Okay.
is how I crouch. This is the button for crouching.
Leo, turn
Difficulty.
around. Look at that
You want hardest or just
No, we're
medium?
gonna die.
Wait, Leo, look at that Owen.
Hold on. I'm trying to do things.
You gotta look at that Owen. He's doing something.
What did you do?
Well, it went through all of that and only gave us 13.
What blew up?
What blew up?
I don't know, but everything blew up. That's fine. It wasn't that expensive.
Lose a machine? What does that mean? Lose
Multiple
a machine,
machines blew up. It's okay. Hello, are you possessed?
Oh my god.
I'm hearing singing.
I hear something.
My EMF
I hear
reader.
something. Where?
Oh,
Where?
my heart.
Oh my god!
I
I saw something. I saw something.
I saw something.
I saw something.
I'm going out.
Oh my god.
Open the
I'm
door.
fucking running out. Fucking
Open the door.
I don't know what to do.
I think
I
he had
see
like
it.
a cowboy hat.
I don't see it. I'm fucking running.
Oh god.
I'm running. Where are you guys?
We're outside.
We're outside.
Oh fuck no! I'm by myself in the house. Run!
Guys, I died.
I dropped my EMF reader. That's right there.
Oh, I made it.
I'm gonna put the thermometer on the floor.
Oh, Spike! It went over 5. It went over 5.
Get out.
I can't. Open the door.
I left the book in there.
It's over 5. It's over 5. Get out.
Dude, you scared me more than the ghost.
Oh my god, dude.
I'm directly pulling this right out of my ass. Okay. I am back. So, I feel like this is something I should deal with before it gets pretty bad. Yeah, because, if I don't deal with this, then it's gonna get stuck. And we're gonna have some issues. Yeah, so alright, the main issue we have right now is that this P507 is getting stuck. So the Naquadon line is supposed to fully recover this, but maybe we're like overproducing in another spot. I don't actually know. Or maybe a machine stopped somewhere because of maintenance issues or power issues. I don't know. A lot of things could have went wrong, but it looks like a lot of the P507 is stuck in this Naquadon solution stuff. Because, yeah, we have 544 million of this. And, yeah, this stuff is produced in a blast furnace, which is a centrifuge. Which is this one, isn't it? Yeah, this is the guy that's doing it. which actually shouldn't be consuming. And no, this doesn't even consume it. It's just that we keep running out of this 507 stuff in the first place. Maybe I just don't have enough of this to like fully support this, maybe. Or let me check the other lines first, but I should be upgrading everything to auto taping just because I can. Yeah, this is just a good practice to have as well. This is one way to ensure that your machines don't like fall apart when you're not looking, is making sure that they have good maintenance to deal with. Okay. Other than that, I think we're making pretty good progress with the, I guess, of the progression, right? And okay, this guy's making us P507. So we're getting the P507 from somewhere. But I don't know where it's coming from. I feel like whatever process gives it to us, we got to speed it up to get it all back. Maybe the autoclave. I don't actually know. Let me check here. But we are getting it from somewhere. You see that? So this guy is trying to do this recipe over here. Is this low quality nequadria sulfate? So if I can produce more of this, which is just more P507, then we should be okay. Yeah, let's try to look at this. So this guy's made here. We have two recipes for this. We got concentrated and enriched aqueduct sludge dust, and this one. I think we do have both of them set up over here. This is the one that does. I guess we have to check up there, right? But whatever does 1 million PV threshold. Is this one. So this guy's set up, and then this guy is 400 and something threshold. It must be this one back here. And there is a lot of other machines that are used in the setup here. Yeah. So you can probably find some flaws here. And that's this guy. A bunch of other machines. Oh, it might be you. No, but it's mincemeat, and we do need mincemeat, so I'm just going to replace it anyways. Alright, fine. While I'm here, just start replacing everything. Fix everything up. This is all for my biocatalyst medium setup, so I don't have to worry about that really. It's not my concern right now. This guy, absolutely. It's you! Oh, it's this guy. He's the problem. I think he's one of the problems. Maybe you're too slow? So if I like really improve your speed, you're going to be making me this stuff. I do want to upgrade it because it's also indium. That's how we get my indium, is through this. But if I keep giving it this, you get the nequadria rich solution, which makes sulfate dust, which is how we get nequadria. But that also gives us this, which is what we can make this with. Okay. Maybe I want to upgrade that. But let's check other processes. Yeah, I might want to upgrade that as well. But But you are running an old power setup, and I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, it's using coils, and I don't like that. This was before I started upgrading everything to lasers. Let me check over here. What are you doing? You're doing that weird, I don't even know what you're doing. Not enough fluid output space. Yeah, the 2 ethyl 1 hexanol for P507, but I don't know. Yeah, we got so much of this stuff. But it looks like the thing that actually consumes that is over here. Yeah, this guy. And if I wanted to set this up, it needs to make ethanol. I can probably make like a batch of it and then we'll see what it does. Yeah, I got so much of this. I'm gonna make a bunch of P507. Let's make 1,000,000, see what it does. Maybe that's also what's happening. I just don't have a good enough buffer that it's able to do everything at once. That could very much be an issue as well. Maybe if I have like a big enough buffer, it should be able to support all the machines that actually use it. Yeah, let's try that. So this guy's gonna make me stuff, and then I should finish up down the line. Let's make 10 million. I might as well. Never mind. Make another 1,000,000. Yeah, there you go. Go for it. All right, I'm gonna call that solved for now. Not really solved, but what's the word I'm looking for? Deferred? Yeah. We'll say deferred. But I still want to focus on getting the Mark III fuel. So, what else do I need here? We have the unstable Naquadot dust completed. That's just something that we get from the blast furnace. Let me save this recipe over here. Tiberium we get from mining, I think. Yeah. I think what I want to set up next is, never mind, we have a ton of it. Light Naquadot fuel. I feel like this is going to be the biggest challenge, so we'll wait for this to be the last thing we set up. So let's get the high density stuff next. So I'm going to need to set up an electric implosion compressor, which I did craft. I made sure to craft this overnight, over 2 weeks really. I don't know about all the other parts though. Going to need a solid. How much do I have here? A 3, so 20, 24. I need basically a 3x3x3 block of neutronium. I need some zinc, nickel. What did I just say? Zickel, nink, nickel, zinc, ferrite blocks. 4 of you. Jeez. Getting tongue twisted over here. And 31 of you. All right, and then you're going to need a what's the power that I give this? I think it's like a 4 amp UHV. Yeah, 4 amp. 4 amp UHV energy hatch. This one. And I also crafted 100 UHV circuits. 100 of, yeah, basically 100 of this, 100 of that, and 100 of that. So we have a good amount of circuits for our daily needs, and I'm probably going to be doing that off camera. Or at the end of the stream, I'm just going to make a whole bunch of circuits before I log off so that they're ready for me next time and I don't have to wait as long. That's what I'm pretty much trying to do, is like before an episode starts, make sure I have all the super expensive stuff ready. Oh, you know what I forgot? I reminded myself. we saw this last episode. I told myself, remember to put this in there, and I didn't. So I have to put this. Got to throw this back in storage, but this takes forever to actually process. So that is an end of the episode thing. But I'll bookmark it so I don't forget. Yeah, I pretty much just need to wait for that. Okay. But while that's going, there's a couple of other things I need for this. I'm gonna go ahead and use the neutronium because we're getting this from bees. And we do have 1.5 million of this. We only get molten neutronium. So as long as I have the bees set up, which is this this chemical reactor here. No? It's one of them. I might replace you. I saw you broken. There you go. I don't even know what you do. Antimony. Sure. Where is it? It's one of these. Might be this one. What are you making? I'm pretty sure that's just the thing. Hydrochloric acid, sure. I don't even know. Where's the machine I'm looking for? Is it this one? It's one of them. No, that's... I honestly don't know which machine I'm looking for, but it's the one that makes me my, one of these guys. My neutronium. Not you. Not you. It's you. Found it. This one. Yeah. As long as I have this running nonstop, I think we're okay. Because technically it's 576 molten neutronium every 2 seconds, which is a pretty good rate. And it's a little extra because of this one nugget. And I think if... Yeah, we should be okay because we don't need too much of this high density stuff. So I'm just going to have this stocked up. But for me to craft this, I need to have an assembly machine. So I might just make use of this large scale one we have, or make another one. I should probably just make another one. Yeah. Because we do use one, but I like to use it for up tiering my stuff. So let's craft one. I'm surprised that I can actually craft it. Then we need the bulk production frames, which aren't too bad, honestly. Right, yeah, they're not too bad. It gets 20 if you go for it. That's not too bad, okay. So that assembler is going to be doing the extra stuff that we need for this. For example, the wrapped ingots. And then the HSSS foils. So I'm going to need a bending machine as well. And a mixer for all of this. And I did set up a mixer here, and I think I'm going to adapt it to the new method. Well, no. Oh, yeah, with the circuits, I can do that. As long as I don't use fluids, I should be okay. Gonna be a little cramped in here, though. Oh, you use an aqueduct, too. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I think I'm just gonna put another mixer, honestly. I might as well. Let's just do it now. Well, hang on. Yeah, because this guy's already set up with a bunch of stuff. Let's just make another mixer. I'll put it right here. Oh. At some point, I'm gonna make the Mega Blast Furnace. Or the Mega Alloy Blast Furnace, because this stuff is can be a little slow sometimes. It is running UHV, but it's just one dude. That's all I got. I'll upgrade it at some point. Maybe I should expand my travel anchor network out here, right? I'm having to fly back and forth and that. I'll think about it. Okay, this guy's waiting for the alloy blast smelter. Okay. Other things we should set up is a bending machine. So I need a mixer for all of this. This is all raw stuff, so I can make this just fine. We need the assembler for the wrapped ingots, and then the actual implosion compressor. Actually, is that finished? That's finished. I can set this up now. That guy is probably going to be put... I'll put it right here. I said I was going to put the assembler there, but I would just put it over there, honestly. How many channels do I have here? 24. That's some channels. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. And then I do have to put the other neutronium blocks in the middle for whatever reason, because it doesn't build otherwise. I didn't do the rules. You also need a muffler, I believe. And then an energy hatch. So that's what the 4 amp UHV energy hatch was for. Yep. I think you're going to be in the middle. Is that how this guy works? I think it has to be in the middle. Yeah. Right there. Then you're not going to build. Of course you're not. What are you missing? Oh, it might be the muffler hatch. Do you even need a muffler hatch? Electric compressor. I got it right here, actually. You don't even need a muffler hatch. Okay. But you do need a maintenance hatch. So I guess I'll... Does it work up there? One way to find out. Doesn't look like it. Any bottom casing. So everything is basically on the bottom, right? Okay. There we go. Okay. So what this guy's going to need is a stocking input bus and a stocking input hatch for the fluids and the items. 1, 2. And then this is where I start putting all the filtered stuff. I don't know if I'm even going to have enough space for this because there's multiple recipes I have to do. So I might have to get a little smart with this. And I don't know if there's a way I can have multiple filters on an output. Hopefully I'm allowed to have stuff up there. Let me check. It's only on the bottom casings. I can at least put the energy hatch up top though to save space. Yeah. I'm gonna have to do that. So the power can go up top just to save a little bit of block space down here. And I can't move that maintenance hatch anywhere else, I don't think. Might as well just do that right now. So I need a facade. And the cables. This is going to be for energy. Okay, so we go ahead and paint everything. I'm pretty confident I can get this going. I do have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stuff available. Gonna be pretty close though. So I need one spot for you. And then one spot for you and you. Yeah, I believe that's it. And then another spot for you. Then you and you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's exactly enough. Okay, it's exactly enough casings. At least I hope it is. Let me see if I can actually use them. Because I might complain that there's not enough casings. Not enough solid steel machine casings. I'm absolutely doing this so I can avoid having to build any more of these compressors because they're pretty pricey. Yeah, I might complain because it doesn't have enough these guys. 8 solid steel machine casings minimum. Oh, you might only allow 1 output bus. You might only allow 1. Oh, this is going to be a little tricky. I might have to set up the redstone control, things like that to get this going. It's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Yeah, because this won't work. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay. So, I guess what's going to happen is we have an ME output bus instead. And then the rest of this is normal solid steel machine casings. Why did you allow to build though? I was under the impression that you weren't working. Did I break a block by accident? I might have. Oh, I did. Okay, never mind. It works. It should work. No? Oh, it's the middle one. The middle one's cursed. I forgot. Yeah, the middle one has to be... Oh, this is tricky. The middle one has to be power. Um, it's a shame. I can't use a filter for more than one. Oh, this is a fun challenge. Let's do this. Hmm. It might be something I have to check out off camera because this is a pretty interesting challenge. Left click with data stick to save, filter config. Do these output buses have more than one filter? But it's not really going to solve the problem. Well, yes, it is. I can find a way to move these tiny piles out of there, that would help me out. Okay, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to figure this out off camera. I'll come back to it though. How is my other stuff going? Okay, everything else is ready. I'll come back to that. It's not really a priority right now. I mean, it is a priority, but I would like to set up the other machines first. So I do need the auto assembler next. This guy is going to be put right over here. People are going to be so mad that this isn't a 3x3, but you know what? Gotta happen. Gotta happen. Yeah, just don't look at it too much. Okay, so this guy, I'm gonna... What kind of power do you need for this stuff? ZPM is fine. I'm pretty sure you need a muffler hatch, though. Don't face down. Face up. Then a maintenance hatch. And then energy hatch. And the rest is casings. I think I need another casing, right? Bulk. Do I really need another one? No, I have other stuff to do. So, for example, a stocking input. You know, one way I can deal with this challenge is to just not have a fluid input. Because, oh, never mind. If I'm going to be using the electric implosion compressor, I have to. I might as well, because it's super cheap in the long run, right? Yeah, if I'm going to be crafting tons of this stuff, I might as well. You never know if it helps me out here. But yeah, it's this tiny piles that are getting in the way. There's no need for us to... I would love to like void excess, but I can't choose what to void. So maybe it's time to update to 2.8, because once we get to 2.8, you can actually filter the output buses, the ME output buses. Because I don't think there's any way to filter these right now. I tried, it doesn't really work, but I heard that in 2.8 it does let you do that. So that might be what we do. But this is probably a good time to end the episode, because it is approaching 3 hours, 3-hour mark, and it's a little... I just started a little later in the day. But this is an interesting challenge. So if you don't know what the challenge is happening, or what I mean, is that for me to like get away with using just one electric complosion compressor, set it up just like the other one so that it shares multiple recipes, I need to have 6 output buses, but I cannot have another output bus because I'm out of space, basically. I don't know if there's a way for me to do this. And the reason why there's 6 of them is because there's 1 output here, 2 outputs there and there. And then you also need the high density uranium, which is 1 here, and then this one and that one. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outputs, and I would like to have all of them. How do I say it? I would like them all to be separate output buses so that we can cycle through the recipes. But I feel like the solution is going to be involving the these tiny piles and somehow getting rid of them. Not too sure. I'll think about it off camera though. But we're gonna go ahead and call it a night here. I will be streaming tomorrow, so if you wanted to check me out, feel free. And as always, keep an eye out on my YouTube channel, because I do have Meatball Craft coming out. I'm gonna be recording the next episode on Sunday, starting on Sunday. finally have the portal to the void going, and then AE2. And then we're going to do some magic and exploration, because I haven't done that at all in that pack. And I probably should. Anyways, call it a night here. For now, have a good night. Take care and appreciate your time and support. I'll figure this out off camera, and then we'll get it going tomorrow. Anyways, good night. Bye-bye.